Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Barely Bookish podcast. Today, we're continuing on with the Vampire Lestat, and I'm once again joined by Candace.
Hi!
I keep feeling like every episode we're like, wow, these are some juicy chapters. But they're all juicy.
It's true. This whole book is pretty spicy. I'm feeling a lot of feelings about about section 4
Yeah,
so far. Lots of feelings.
lots of feelings. We're looking at Armand in a whole new light. We're looking
I
at
mean, a
Lestat in a whole new
whole
light.
new light. Like,
Yeah. Like, Louis did not give us this impression of Armand. We can say that for sure. Like, it was a little bit there, but like this Armand?
No, didn't see it coming.
Calculating.
Yeah, this is a whole ass other dude. But like I
Yeah.
love seeing like the process,
Mm-hmm.
right, of becoming that person that we see
Mm-hmm.
in this chapter, like in this section. Um
Mm-hmm.
the power, I feel like, is very understated compared to what we see in the previous book at first. But I love, like, that this isn't just a Lestat origin story, it's also a little bit an Armand origin story. And I know Rice
Mm-hmm.
gets, like, a little bit further into that too, because there's a whole book called The Vampire Armand that I'm sure goes into all of his shit in a much more
Mm-hmm.
deep and interesting way, but I'm really enjoying it presently. Like,
Me
being
too.
able to kind of get that insight, because it illuminates so much about his character, and it makes me love the actor who plays him in Interview with the Vampire, the show, even more. Like, I feel like he brings a lot of that dimensionality to his performance.
Yeah, I agree. I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it because I think we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
So we are on chapter 4 of part 4. Lestat wakes up. Nikki is crying and screaming, obviously, because he was locked in a dungeon after almost being burnt at a pyre. And Lestat's like, we don't do therapy here. Lock in. So Lestat is absolutely starving, and it's noticeable because he lost a ton of blood and then hasn't eaten in like 2 days. Nikki is screaming that this is the witch's place. Lestat's like, okay, sure.
He's like, it's the role that nostalgia plays in the next, like, couple of chapters is so interesting to me, because, like, for a vampire, like, everything must feel nostalgic all the time because you're so long lived. Even when you've been a vampire for 5 minutes, it feels like it's been forever because you're living like with humans. So, like, your context for, like, how long a long time is changes drastically, especially when you haven't separated yourself. And that's, like, part of what these vampires are talking about when they say that he's blaspheming, right? And he's, like, doing the wrong thing living among humans that way. He has to let go of them because he does not share the world with them anymore. That's, like, one of the ways they don't share the world, right? Is the passage of time and having to watch them grow old as things stay the same for you. Like, your meaning and understanding of the world is so different between the two of you. And, like, that's part of what I got from this scene, is like that resentment. I don't know, it's so strong. It's so strong. Like, Nikki is screaming about the witch's place, which is like sacred to Lestat, because that was like the first time that, like, he really opened up to another person, like, about his fears. And like when they returned there, like the two of them, he was steeped with such madness, right? Like, he had this horrible reaction to being in the witch's place with Nikki. He was like inconsolable, and it feels like the roles are reversed. Now Nikki is inconsolable thinking about the witch's place, but like in real time with the crypt where they are, or the Les Innocents, where they are, like, dealing with these other vampires. It's such an interesting kind of like reversal of fortune. Because Nikki before was kind of looking at Lestat like, get your shit together, right? Get your act together. You're so, like, worried. Like, back in part 2 or part 1, when they first went to when they first revisited the witch's place. And now this guy is like toast. He's done. He's like, this is it. Don't you understand? And Lestat's like, get your shit together. Like, it's so sad. These two are like ships passing in the night.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
I feel bad
I
for
love
him.
it. I mean, also, yeah, for sure. But it's like, it's so beautifully dramatic.
It is. It's very juicy.
So juicy. So then we have Gabrielle still sleeping. Lestat's trying to figure out what he's gonna do with Nikki because he's like, I don't know if I want to turn this dude. I'm gonna release him into the wild. This dude's kind of like mentally fucked. So we kind of need to figure that out. So Lestat not sure what to do. He's like, I don't want to send him away. He knows way too much about us. He knows way too much about all the other vampires. We already have proven that this dude cannot keep his mouth shut because when he thought Lestat was like a magician, he was like shouting it from the freaking rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
So then Lestat's like, okay, I gotta face him. I gotta face my fears. Puts the key in the lock, and then Nikki goes completely silent. This dude's been screaming the whole freaking time. We find out Nikki absolutely sloshed off wine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's also mostly pissed that Lestat lied and kept everything from him. Which, fair.
I mean,
Fair.
definitely fair, but also, like, he's been really religious this whole time.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're super religious and one of your friends is like, yeah, I didn't tell you that I'm trans. I didn't tell you that I'm gay. I feel like you
Yeah.
can't really get upset. Like, if you spent a lot of time being like, I cast out Satan in darkness, and then you want someone to be like, hey, by the way, I'm a witch. No.
No.
No. No. You're lucky that that person still talks to you, right? First of all.
Period.
Like, you're lucky that now that they've realized who they are, that they still want to hang out with you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you should be glad for that. But to then take it one step further and be like, how dare you not tell me that you're the thing that I've been telling you I hate all this time? That
Literally.
sucks. That sucks. That's trash. That's trash, Nikki. Do better.
Honestly.
I don't
Nikki,
appreciate
get
it.
it together.
Mm-mm.
Get it together. Lestat's like, Nikki, you have literally misunderstood the entire situation we have found ourselves in. And Nikki's like, tell me, what do you mean? What? Nikki tells Lestat that he would have shared the gift with him and he wants to be a vampire. And then Lestat backhands the shit out of him. Like, full bitch slap.
Dude, he's asking for shit he doesn't understand, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like we hear that like a lot of times in vampire movies, especially in Interview with the Vampire, but like, you
Mhm.
know not what you ask for. You know not
Yeah.
for what you ask, right? Like very, ridiculous
Mhm.
and over the top. I feel like that's very much what's happening in this scene right now between these two. And like
Yeah.
it's so horrible because Nikki like throws in his face, "Oh, you give it to your mummy, but you won't give
Yep.
it to me? How dare
Yep.
you?" I'm like, "Damn, shots
Literally.
fired." How are you going to comment on his weird relationship with his mother lover? Now's not the time, sir. That's a low blow. You're trying to get someone
Honestly.
to do something for you for free that they don't want to do. You should probably be a little nicer. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Literally. Literally.
Shit talking your mother lover is not the way. Okay? No matter how cringe we might think that is, it's not the way.
Lestat's like, all right, Nikki. You keep crying about how you really want to be turned. Okay. First of all, this is my favorite thing where it's like, okay, if you really want it, come here. And then like go over here. And then like, how about you just come to me? And then that way I know you want me. Like he like makes Nikki walk over to him. He's like, I know I'm a dangerous vampire and really hot, but like you have to walk over here. So then Lestat starts drinking from Nikki and having some weird ass bird vision going on. Don't know what that's about.
I feel like it's I don't know if it's like a shared vision between them.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused about that too. Like he's seeing all of this and like he gets like that flashback to when he was being fed from.
Mm-hmm.
Um like that was the only part that felt like semi familiar. But like I was like, what is this? Like he didn't experience this with Gabrielle, so why with
I
Nikki?
know.
Is it because he knows him better? Is it because he loves them? Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I know. I was very confused about this weird bird vision. And I'm like, is it because Nikki's like kind of fucking losing it? Like, what are we?
You know what? That might be it. Because I know like as he's drinking from him, like during all of this, like
Mhm.
Gabrielle like looks at this scene and it's just like disaster, right?
Yeah.
Like she has one word to say, disaster.
Yep.
And I'm like, I know that I'm prejudiced against birds. Not all birds. Just
Mm-hmm.
birds in general as a concept are unsafe. They're not they're not
Mm-hmm.
normal. They have a mind of their own in a
Mm-hmm.
way other animals just don't. They are
Mm-hmm.
unpredictable. They will peck your eyes out as soon as they look at you.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing birds and having all kinds of weird bird related shit, I'm immediately like, nope. But that's my own
Yeah.
personal bird prejudice. I understand.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but here I'm just like, it's not safe. He's not okay. He's not good. Remember all those times that he was talking to you about Satan? He meant that shit, and now he's taken Satan into himself, or at least in his mythology, in his mind, he's done this. Like that's what he's doing with you right
Mhm.
now. This is horrible. This is a bad idea. This is the
Yeah.
worst idea you've ever had in your life.
Literally. Literally. So he can no longer hear Nikki, and Lestat comes out of the vision to his mom as he's saying, she goes, "Disaster, my son." That is
Mm,
the direct quote.
mm.
Which, first of all, hard as hell.
I
Hard
mean,
as hell.
Gabrielle goes hard pretty much all of the time. So
Yeah. Like, what an icon, first off. What a moment. What a vibe.
she's queen bitch.
Oh, yeah.
She's queen bitch. Nobody beats her.
I'm just, you know what? That's what I want people to think of when they think of me, Queen Bitch.
Like, I mean, fucking. I look at her and she's like a specimen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
creepy that her son turned her into a vampire, but also she is owning that shit and doing the most with it.
Yep.
Can't even be mad at her.
Very fear into the hearts of men.
Oh yeah, that part.
Obsessed.
Yeah, and
Obsessed.
Lestat, of course, ignores her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of course he does.
Obviously. Why wouldn't
Lestat
he?
is like, I'm a man. I'm a big,
Mm-hmm.
strong man. I don't have to listen to my mom anymore. And she's like, okay, this is stupid though.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to leave it
Yep.
alone. Like, I
Yeah.
can only imagine her standing there, arms crossed, like, I guess I'm going to have to kill this motherfucker when he eventually fucks up my son.
Literally.
Right? Like, how am I gonna, how do I justify killing this dude? Or maybe I'll fall in love with him. I'm a little crazy too. Maybe he's actually my soulmate. Is he making him for me? Like,
I love the idea that, like, as soon as she watches him turning, she's already plotting, like, how he's gonna be like, oh, and he ran away to a farm. Like,
he's not dead. Don't worry about it. We
don't
gave
worry
him
about it,
to a
baby.
very loving family. There was a little
Yeah.
old lady around the corner that wanted to adopt him. And we just said, you
Yeah.
know what? We feel bad. We can't, keep this beautiful creature.
Mm-mm.
And knowing that that lady could give him the life he deserves. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
happened to him. Don't worry about it. Don't ask any
Don't worry about
questions.
it.
Don't go looking for
Yeah.
him. Don't
No.
tap into your weird vampire mycelial network where you can tell where the
Mhm.
creatures are that you sired. Don't do that.
Don't do that. He's just on a farm, babe.
Don't
It's
worry
okay.
about it. He's eating the most delicious foods. He's great.
Yeah.
He's living his best life.
Truly.
Lestat's like, Mommy, is he gonna be okay? Like literally, Gabrielle's like seeing it all play out in her mind. Like,
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, truly. Truly. So after getting turned, Nikki goes straight catatonic. And I'm like, oh God. And he will not move. Like, Gabby has to start bathing him, dressing him. Lestat can tell that they can mentally hear each other, but obviously he can't hear either of them. And he's like, oh shit, I can no longer stand the sight of Nikki in this way. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, but I feel like we knew that was gonna happen,
oh yeah.
right? Like the night that Lestat was absconded, right? The night
Mm-hmm.
that he was stolen from
Mm-hmm.
Nikki's room.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that I was like, this is bad. Because Nikki
Mm-hmm.
goes so hard about religion, like to the point where he completely alienates Lestat before Lestat becomes a vampire, right? Like he
Mm-hmm.
goes so hard on religion, like talking down about his skills, right? And his prowess as a musician. Like he's very, very religious, like end of days religious, right? Like very
Mm-hmm.
seriously religious the whole fucking time. And then
Mm-hmm.
like this happens and it's already starting to break down. Like Lestat is like, why did I do this? You're so weird. You're so different. Like you're not,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't embrace the gift and become this like beautiful creature like Lestat does. Like he embraces the gift and is like, it's Nikki is like the sound of a sad trombone. That's what he's
Mm-hmm.
like after he becomes a vampire. It's like
Mm-hmm.
wop 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 wop. It's
Yep.
Nikki, and Lestat
Yep.
is there all beautiful and sparkling. Like, ugh, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like waking up next to your ex in bed after you like
Mm-hmm.
drunk dial them and they come over and you like look over at them
Yeah.
and you're like, oh no. I feel
You're
like
like,
that's
shit.
it's the buyer's remorse, right? The
Yeah.
cold light of night. The
Yeah.
ugly lights turned on, and Lestat was like, "Well, now what?
Yeah.
I guess I got to
He's
do
like, that
something
was
about
a
this."
it's like that was kind of a mid one night stand
Oh
and you're
yeah.
still here. And it's like the weird one night stand that you get pregnant by. That's what just happened. You're like, fuck. Shit.
Oh my god. I want to feel bad, but I don't.
I don't. I don't.
I feel like everyone in this scene asked for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everyone fucked around and found out. So
Yeah, truly, truly. So then we are on to chapter 5. Lestat knows he has to get Nikki out of the stupor because he's like, I can't fucking stand this dude right now. And he's making it worse by just like being catatonic, which is crazy. Which is crazy work for the person that you literally loved 10 minutes ago. But whatever. Is what it is, I guess.
basically,
So somehow Nikki ended up killing and drinking, and Lestat's like, how the fuck did Gabrielle get him to do that? Because he's like not functional.
dude, the sway is real.
Apparently.
Like the second that he realizes, like he's like, "Oh, how did Gabrielle get him to move about? Like, what are they
Mm-hmm.
doing?" And he notices that like they're talking to each other, but
Mm-hmm.
not talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is a big moment for Lestat.
Yeah.
Like it was in that, like when I read that, I was like, he was lonely when he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that, like, in the first 2 chapters, like, he says a lot, is how lonely he was, how lonely of a life he had, how lonely his boyhood was, and that's why he really, like, perked up when Nikki took an interest in becoming his friend after he killed those wolves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was killing the wolves, like, he was like, "If I don't live, at least other people will go on," right? He was very much like,
Mm-hmm.
"Shrug, if I die, I die." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't somebody who had a lot of connections, and so now
Mm-hmm.
he's a vampire, and he can bend people to his will, and he's still lonely.
I know.
And I'm like, that's fucked up. That's so sad. And then the person who's dearest to him and the person who used to be as dearest to him as
Mm-hmm.
that other person, right? Like his 2 favorite people can talk to each other and connect
Mm-hmm.
better than he will
Mm-hmm.
ever talk to or connect with either of them. And he's
I
just
know.
outside of it. Like
Ugh.
this sometimes I'm reading this book and I forget that it's like gothic romance and that gothic romance is tragedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like, you lose sight of that because you're so wrapped up in the vampire drama of it all, right? Or you're wrapped up in how
Mm-hmm.
sexy it gets. But like at the heart of this book, it is deeply sad and deeply
Yeah.
lonely. And like it's
Yeah.
this echo of like Lestat's cry to just be understood and to be seen. And you're just like, baby, you're a little
Mm-hmm.
evil, but you don't deserve this. Um,
Literally.
that's what I got from this scene. It's so sad. I will say though, I do enjoy. I meant to mention this in the previous chapter, but I'm going to mention it now. When Anne Rice describes Nikki, like I understand she's writing as Lestat, right? I get it. She gets
Mhm.
mad horny, dude. Like she gets mad
Yeah.
horny. Like the way she writes, his
Oh
tight
yeah.
little belly. I'm like, tight little belly? That's something
Hello.
somebody who's looking writes, okay?
Oh
That's
yeah.
not something somebody writes where they're like, I'm describing this person's physique. No. A tight little belly, I'm like, settle down. Calm
Listen,
down,
Anne,
Anne Rice.
Anne
Sheesh.
Rice is 100%. She's like, what's a player to do? Like,
Yo, guys, you're just seeing my inner world, okay? I'm like,
yeah.
I feel you. You're a kinky old lady.
Ugh.
Fucking, you're throwing that shit down, man. Like,
Yeah.
even after Lestat can't stand to look at Nikki, he's still like, his lips are swollen and plentiful. I'm like, whoa,
After my own heart. Okay.
okay, still
100%.
horny.
Truly.
It's
She's in
outstanding.
there.
Yeah,
It's
no
outstanding.
notes. No notes. Never change, Anne Rice. You're dead now, but never change.
Literally. When this becomes an afterlife podcast.
Listen, I can't wait to have her on. She's gonna be like, I
Oh
love
yeah.
that you guys picked up my high key horny. I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
She would go feral for dark romance.
Genuinely. And I think
Genuinely.
I wonder how it would feel too to like know that you are part of this renaissance, right?
Mhm.
Like you are a
Mhm.
direct influence on the people who are writing now. Because I feel like if you ask most dark romance writers and authors, like
Mhm.
what inspires you, like what is like your jam,
Mhm.
Like, I am positive that they would say Interview with the Vampire. I even
Oh
I
yeah.
even think that if you talk to Stephanie Meyer, she would tell you that Anne Rice is an influence,
Oh yeah.
right? So, like, I don't know, like, what must that be like to see this whole generation of literature come after the things that you did? And granted, I mean, Mary Shelley probably is up there having
Mhm.
up wherever, Anne Rice's soul is and Mary Shelley's soul is, right? If you believe in heaven, if you believe in an afterlife or reincarnation or whatever, wherever they are, I'm sure those two ladies are probably having a lovely discussion just right now about writing and being femme authors, writing
Mhm.
about creepy dudes doing bad shit, right? Like,
Mhm.
because I'm sure that Mary Shelley was a huge influence on Anne Rice. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
just cool, just rad. So interesting.
Time of their lives for sure.
Yeah.
So Lestat decides that the only thing that's going to fix Nikki is getting him his violin and seeing what happens. Which that's, I mean, as someone who doesn't deal well with emotions, I'm like, I know you like one thing, and I think that this would fix you. Like I treat myself the same way,
Mhm.
where it's like when I'm really sad, I'm like, and book time, because that's my
Yeah.
one thing. Where it's like I'm not usually sad if I have a little smut novel in my hand. Things get a
Mhm.
lot better then.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's the same. I feel like as I do to others, others do onto me.
Yeah.
Which is I give you your smut novel, you give me a smut novel, and then we're both fine.
I feel that. And I don't see anything wrong with it at all. I see
That's what
no
I'm
issue.
saying.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Who is it hurting? Nobody.
No one.
Period. So Gabrielle's like, I do not want you going to Paris all alone. And he's like, you need to stay here, watch Nikki, make sure he doesn't like destroy a small army or continue to be catatonic. I'm gonna go figure out where this motherfucker's violin is. I'll bring it back. Things will be fine. So Gabrielle's like, okay, Armand still has things he can teach us. We need to go talk to him. So it's like, no, what the fuck? Why would we do that? Absolutely not.
She's like,
I don't
because I'm
think.
hungry for power. I mean, because I care about you.
Yeah. And Lestat's like, I think this dude actually doesn't know shit and he's just a religious nut and I'm
Mhm.
not about it. And like Gabrielle's like, but like religion's not that bad. And Lestat's like, it's the epitome of evil. Like, I don't know. What are we talking about?
It's
What do you
genuinely the
mean?
worst though.
Yeah, literally.
She's like, I'm fine. I don't have any issues. Lestat's like, don't you though?
Yeah. And then he says that seeing Gabrielle restored to health was lovely. Seeing Nikki turn was to see him die. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's dramatic but fair. Because like
I
Gabrielle
could not
is
agree more, honestly. Yeah, she
yeah.
returns to life and he like is gone.
Yeah. And also Gabrielle was on the brink of death,
Mhm.
whereas Nikki like had life to live. Like it was cut short because he wanted it to be,
Yeah.
essentially. So instead of going right into the flat, Lestat decides to wander around Paris for hours because obviously he needs time to think.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot going on in his life. His boyfriend got turned, him and his mom are hanging out. Like he needs to figure out what he's doing. So then a bunch of the vampires are lurking by the theater and they're all like terrified. Apparently, Armand has started taking out all of his followers one by one and killing them. Um and he
Full
even like
crashed out.
yeah, he's fully crashing out. He even like digs up the ones that were like entombed and starving, kills them. Full murder. He then like apparently the queen, he's like Lestat's like, okay, did the queen do something about it? And no, she threw herself into the fire while all of this was happening, literally immediately. Pulled the Magnus.
Magnus style.
Yep.
You know what though? This scene makes me that much more convinced that the
Mhm.
woman that we see in the forest, like the wildling kind of vampire that we see in the
Mhm.
forest in the second season of Interview with the Vampire, it makes
Yeah.
me even more certain that like that's who they base this is who they base that character on because she like jumps into the
Yeah.
fire willingly and she like
Yeah.
has all that weird mysticism stuff to say to Claudia
Mhm.
and to Louis. So like I feel
Mhm.
like even more strongly now that that's who she was a stand-in for. They like took
Yeah.
her from this scene and like put her over there.
Which I'm fine with because I feel like
Same.
this whole it would get like too long-winded whenever they
Mhm.
have this story time to also have the queen in there and all these random vampires. Like I'm
Yeah,
totally fine with us cutting the queen out. We already had her. It's okay.
fully agree. Especially because like we already get like a subset of a snapshot of this in like between Lestat and Armand. We get like the
Mhm.
abridged version.
Yeah.
So I feel like because we have that, like I still do want to see these scenes between Lestat and Armand in this new season of the show, because I
Mhm.
feel like that show loves playing with the unreliable narrator trope, and
Mhm.
I think this is a chance to do that even better, because like you'll have had Armand, who we know is a beautiful liar, right? You'll have had
Mhm.
Armand's POV, and then you'll also have Lestat's POV, and you also know he's a beautiful liar. So it's like it'll leave it up to your imagination, like how you want to believe this went down.
Mhm.
But I agree, having too many characters there could like muddle the story.
Yes, for
Like when you're
sure.
reading, it's very different than when you have like visuals and you have to remember all
Mhm.
these actors' names and shit. Like all these characters.
Mhm. We also find out that apparently it's Armand's right to kill weak vampires. So they're like, thank God that we're so strong that he didn't get to kill us yet. Um, and it's our job to like be strong enough so that he can't kill us. And then these other rando vampires think that if they form a new coven, it'll keep Armand from killing them. And I'm like, that's not gonna save you, baby.
That will not save you.
That will not save you.
If he didn't care when you were in his coven, he certainly doesn't care when you're in someone else's.
Yeah, literally. It's crazy that that's the rule, though. When like the rule we have from Interview with Vampires, you cannot kill another vampire. Period. Point blank. End of sentence.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I know, but like, it's like the fucking how the wealthy are like, don't do polyamory, and then all of them have affairs and shit, right?
Yes,
They're like,
literally.
don't do drugs, and then all of them are high on coke, right?
Yep.
It's like, do as I say, not as I do. Okay, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this
Hmm.
to make you a better vampire. Obviously, like, don't judge me for what I'm up to. Just make sure that you're
Yeah.
doing the right thing. Like, sir, that's not how this works. Don't do that.
Lestat's like, all right, listen, you guys need to do that shit on your own. Don't involve me. I don't care. And then Lestat says he has to talk to them like children, and they somehow don't know shit, and it's terrifying to him. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Hmm.
So Lestat's like, okay, listen, you guys can go into the abandoned theater, and you can just hang out in there. Nobody's in there, I guess. Enjoy it. But, like, don't fuck my shit up. Which is so funny. So then he ends up just like letting them in the theater. They go off and do their own thing. He's like, all right, I gotta skedaddle and scoot. So he ends up going over to Nikki's house and he's like, ah, fuck, someone's been in there.
Yeah, but like, it's lit the fuck up. Like, there's
Lit the
candles
fuck up.
everywhere. Like, there's like a vibe. Like, he gets there and it's
Hmm.
like, not only is someone in here, but someone has like been through here. Like, someone's
Yeah.
all up in it.
It's like the weirdest mix of like, hey, I want to scare the fuck out of you and
Hmm.
also like romantic candlelight. Like, what's going on? What is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
So Lestat starts hearing a ton of pages being turned, books being dropped. He's like, there's no way it's a human being in here. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Armand. Armand's fucking
Hmm.
in the here.
Hmm.
So Stan knows immediately. Uh he's like, I can also tell he can also tell that Armand does not give a shit that he's there. So he's
No.
like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you in my boyfriend's house? What's happening? What's going
Hmm.
on? This violin's nowhere to be found. He's looking all over for it while Armand's speed reading in the corner. Um, yeah, Armand's using vampire speed to read through all the books in the library, which is crazy. Lestat's freaked out because he's just like dropping things when he's done with it. Like not putting away, not reading, putting away, just like throwing it on the ground, moving on to the next. Which like that's wild. That's
I
a
mean,
little.
that's
That's
who he is as a person.
yep. I was like,
All the
wow,
time taking
no
something
metaphor.
and squeezing it until he can't get anything else out of it, and then being like, well,
Yep. Period.
just Anne Rice is like, I'm gonna drop some foreshadowing, and by foreshadowing I mean
Yeah.
backshadowing. Remember that one time you guys
Mhm.
were like, what the
Mhm.
fuck, Armand? Well,
Yep.
some of us knew he was like this the whole time.
Yep. So Lestat starts having this overwhelming feeling that he needs to get away from here. He's like, "This is doom. This is gloom. I need to leave. I need to go. I need to get out of here. Something's wrong." But he's like, "Should I keep looking for this violin?" And then like after a minute, he's like, "No, fuck it. I'm gone. I'm gone." So
Something that's
then,
interesting about this, though, because
mhm.
he exchanges words with Armand, I think, right? Briefly.
Well, this is when Armand now, as soon as he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gone," Armand reaches out to him mentally, and he's like, "Do you love your silent children,
Oh,
sir?"
God. Yes, this part. Fuck, man.
Hmm.
He asks him that, and I'm like, at first I was like, yo, fuck you. But then, but then I was like, actually,
Hmm.
if you think about who Armand is and how
Hmm.
he surrounds himself with people, but is still very lonely, that's the
Hmm.
same energy, right? That's like the
Hmm.
same vibe that Lestat has. And like
Hmm.
something that like we didn't mention that like the kids said to the fledglings, or not the fledglings, but the other vampires that were in Armand's coven that are like, oh, we need to start a new coven. Like, can we stay in this? Can we stay in this theater? Right? Will you give us the
Hmm.
theater? It's empty. Like it lays empty. Like you know that, right? Like why
Hmm.
not? When Lestat acquiesces and kind of tells those other like two vampires or those other three vampires like how to live
Hmm.
as like a person.
Hmm.
Um, as he's having that conversation, he like those vampires basically tell him like that they have more allegiance to Lestat than they do to Armand, right?
Hmm.
Because Lestat delivered them, right, and gave them
Hmm.
like a new like lease on life, like more hope.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, so then this is how the Theater of the Vampires is born, right? Like what we
Hmm.
have in Interview with the Vampire, this is how it's born. And I wonder if that's why when Louis and Claudia are on trial, that they're so chill with Lestat being there. Like if that's kind of the energy, because we know that these vampires can kind of just hear your thoughts, right? Like even if you're not projecting your thoughts at anybody, they still hear Lestat.
Hmm.
Like there's questions that Lestat asks in his mind that they answer, right?
Hmm.
They have no qualms about like betraying his boundaries. There's no such thing as boundaries to these vampires, right? They're not disciplined
Hmm.
to like butt out. So I'm like, okay, so then from second one, do they always know what Louis and Claudia are thinking when they get to the Théâtre de Vampire,
Hmm.
right? When they get to Paris, like, do they know the whole fucking time? Like, I feel like they know the whole time. Like, I'm reading this now and I'm like, fuck. They were
Yeah.
deeper in that trap than they thought. Those people already
Hmm.
knew about them. They knew they came from Lestat, especially because of their powers,
Hmm.
right? Because their powers have a very similar signature and tone to what Lestat has, and they've
Hmm.
already met this person, and they have
Hmm.
more loyalty and allegiance for him than they do Armand. And I imagine that stays. When Armand chooses Louis, they're like, see, this motherfucker. We knew it.
Hmm.
We care more about Lestat. Lestat says that those people have to die. They're gonna fucking die, and they let Armand save Louis, but take Claudia and take Madeleine, right?
Well, and we also know though is that Armand did not save Louis. Lestat saved Louis.
Right. And like I'm looking at Armand like, so you've been sowing this discord. You've been sowing these seeds for a long time. Like this is
Hmm.
where this starts, right? Like this is where it starts. He like pops up into fucking Lestat's boyfriend's house, tears all his shit to shreds, right? Goes
Hmm.
through everything, is trying to memorize all the stuff that's in the room, then shit
Hmm.
talks the fact that his kids don't talk to him, right?
Hmm.
You're a shitty dad and your kids don't care about you. Like, I'll care about you though, even though your children fucking hate you. Like,
Hmm.
yo, Armand is diabolical. I feel like both books so far to me have underestimated the reality of Armand. Like we as
Hmm.
the readers can see the pattern, right? We can see the through line with this
Hmm.
character from like a bird's eye view, but the people
Hmm.
who are in it that are engaging with Armand one-on-one, there's no way that they can see this, right? Even
Yeah.
Lestat with his like big brain, right? There's no
Hmm.
way to see like the nooks and crannies of this fucking house of cards this man is building, right?
Hmm.
Like it's
Hmm.
diabolical. Like every scene, I'm just remembering how Armand is in Interview with the Vampire. Like this motherfucker, right? Like
Hmm.
this dude is
Hmm.
something else. It's really good. It's really good.
So
It's
good.
it's interesting to read like what is essentially the second book first, right? Because
Hmm.
Interview with the Vampire is like a sequel, but is the first book.
Hmm.
This is technically the sequel, but it comes before. So it's
Hmm.
just wild to like circle back to that original book and like see him
Yeah.
through Louis and Lestat's eyes and realize that
Hmm.
there's this third, the secret third thing, right? There's a secret
Hmm.
third thing, and that third thing is actually Armand.
Hmm.
We've got Louis version of Armand, we got Lestat version of Armand, and we have actual Armand, and we
Hmm.
have not met him yet.
Mhm.
Fuck this guy, man.
I'm
I
so
love
sad.
him, but he's awful. Like, he's
Oh, yeah.
awful. Ugh.
100%. 100%. So, Armand tells him that the dark trick doesn't bring love, only silence. That goes hard. That
Yeah,
goes hard.
it does.
Oof.
So sad, though, too. So tragic. Oh my
Honestly.
god.
I know.
Mm.
So then Armand is reading his mind, poking at him that no one has ever cared to teach him anything at all. And I'm like, Armand, shut the fuck up really quick.
Dude. He's like tap dancing all over this man's feelings. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
rough. this,
literally.
this is rough to see.
Armand then says that Nikki and Gabrielle will strengthen in their independence, and Armand will be there when Lestat is finally ready to talk. And also, Lestat made him an orphan again. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're really like diving in there.
He goes
I love
hard. He's like, emotional warfare is my superpower.
it.
That's my
Mhm.
vampire power. Emotional fucking warfare.
Honestly, him, Lestat, peas in a pod for sure.
Dude. But Lestat's like, I'm not that bad.
Yeah, 100%. But he's like also just as bad. Like they're like geared to be dictators. Like
Mm-hmm.
if there was vampire royalty, it would be Lestat and Armand on like two sides of the same coin.
Agree.
Armand starts siren drawing Lestat closer, and Lestat's like, nope, fuck that. Absolutely not. I'm gonna close my eyes, la 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 la, and gets the fuck out of there, which is the smartest thing Lestat has ever done in his entire life.
Genuinely.
So then Lestat goes home and decides to climb up the tower to watch the approaching sunrise. And I'm like, babe,
Slippery slope, buddy.
yeah, the fuck? Like, why? There's no part of okay, listen, I love a beach day. I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
do enjoy photosynthesizing.
Of course.
However, if you told me, okay, hey, listen, babe, if you get touched by the sun, you will burst into a ball of flame, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm good.
That part.
I'm okay."
That part. I'm all set. I don't need
Like,
it.
I love the beach at nighttime just as much as I love it during the daytime. So, yeah, I'd be going to like beach night raves and I'd be like, this is basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could easily live my entire life without seeing the sun again and not really notice a difference. But I'm like a crazy night owl. Like, I have a very hard time adapting to the fact that I have to work a normal like 8 to 5 because
Mm-hmm.
I survive best at like 3 o'clock to like 4 a.m.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are my peak hours, and then it's like having to be up at 8. Whoa.
Yeah, very much the same.
Yeah, up at well, I guess up at 6. I guess.
I can't do that anymore though. I've run out of steam.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
Surviving on a thought and a prayer. So Lestat starts hearing singing. It's super far off, and it's calling for him to come to them. And I'm like, fucking Armand? Like, what are you doing? The fuck?
Whatever he wants.
Literally. Literally. So then Armand starts putting images in Lestat's brain that he should lock Gabrielle and Nikki outside in the sun. And I'm like, Armand? Like, you're like, Lestat, you should die or like bang me. See, it's
One
like,
or the other, babe.
yeah.
Not both.
Oh my god, not both. And then Lestat's like, okay, I can obviously tell that this dude wants me, and it's because Armand truly super liked him and hoped for the best. Obsessed. Obsessed.
Like, this is one of those situations where like it's hard for me not to imagine like two cute little Twinkie mall
Mm-hmm.
goths like
Mm-hmm.
out sexying each other across the fountain from one
Yep.
another at your local Simon shopping center, right?
Yep.
Like that's what these bitches are like fucking giving me right now is like,
For
I
sure.
bet you buy your Trip jeans at Hot Topic. I buy mine from the manufacturer. Like,
Literally. Literally.
but the stakes are so much higher, right?
Mm-hmm. I cannot get over it. It's so good.
Like
I'm
it's
having
almost silly, but it's also very serious and bad.
yes, yes, correct. Correct. And it's like it would be funny if it affected no one else. But it's like
Correct.
Armand's like murdered 17 people already this evening alone.
Yes. Today alone. And
Yep.
Lestat's like, I know he's murdered people, but also like he's infuriating in like a hot way, you know? But he's also, he murdered a lot of people and I fucking hate him, but like I would love to like, you know, I don't know, like be inside of him and let him be inside of me. But like I fucking hate that guy. Am I right? What an asshole. I'm like,
What an asshole.
you need to make up your mind, sir. You
Truly.
need to decide what the situation. I'm gonna wait until you get to the end of this chapter. And then
That is the end of this chapter. We're
okay.
good.
All right. I know that we're at like 45 minutes, so this is probably a closing thought situation.
Mm-hmm. This is fine.
My closing thought.
Mm-hmm.
Lestat has this conversation with Armand about the
Mhm.
silent children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells him, listen, your kids are not going to hear you and
Mhm.
understand you the way
Mhm.
other vampires can, right? Even if you have a great connection,
Mm-hmm.
there's only so far you can go.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Lestat can't hear Louis's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Lestat can't hear Claudia's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So Lestat makes Louis, knowing that he's not going to be able to speak to him heart to heart the way
Mhm.
that he wants to. But he loves him so much that he's just like, whatever, it'll be enough. And so he makes Louis. And then
Mhm.
Louis is miserable because he's alone, because he can't connect with Lestat, which Lestat knows is going to happen and is fine with for himself, but makes that decision for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
He then is convinced to make Claudia. So he undoes his own happiness in the
Mm-hmm.
making of Claudia because he gives Louis someone that she can connect with and that he can connect with in a way that he'll never be able to connect with either of them, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
resents Claudia for it.
Yep.
What the fuck, dude? Yo, it's like Nikki all over again.
I know. It's worse because he knows. You know
Yes,
what I
he's
mean?
repeating old patterns. And I'm like, you're a
Mhm.
vampire. You are like the only creature in the world that could avoid repeating these patterns. And yet
Yep.
you are. Like, it's such a human thing about this vampire, right? Like,
Mhm.
Rice gives us the most human existence for this otherworldly supernatural creature, this extra human person, right? Lestat
Mhm.
is like the vampire of all vampires. And yet still, he has human weaknesses that fuck him and everyone around him. And I'm like, that's a masterclass on how to keep your character relatable. That is a
Mhm.
masterclass on how to keep people reading, because everybody has walked into a situation that they know damn well they're not supposed to be in, that they should
Mhm.
not be fucking with. And they're just like,
Mhm.
maybe it'll be different this time. It won't, bitch. It won't be different this time. It's going to be the exact same, if not worse, because they're going to try to murder you.
Yep.
Granted, we're too early in this book to know whether or not Nicholas and Gabrielle try to murder Lestat. Still could happen. It's early
Still could
days.
happen.
But
Yep.
either way, he fucking does the same thing twice. That's literally insanity. Insanity, I think Einstein is the person who said this. I can't
Mhm.
remember. Sorry if I'm misquoting. But insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yep.
Right? Like, that is what's happening right now to this man. And as much as I feel sorry for him, I'm also kind of like, this is the bed you've made. Monsieur de Liancourt, this is the bed you
Mhm.
hath wrought for yourself. So
Mhm.
no one should feel bad for you for being in the find out phase of your fuckery, right? Like, nobody
Truly.
should be coming for you.
Truly.
Like, he does it again with Louis and Claudia. Like, I got to the end of this chapter and I just threw the book down. I had to take like a
know.
serious 5-minute walk. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
you sad bitch. Lestat,
And
you sad bitch.
I'm obsessed every fucking time.
Like, I love it, but oh my god.
I know.
Ugh.
I know. It's like, why is he relatable? The fuck?
The heartbreak.
Literally. Literally.
Oh,
Well, that's all we have for this episode. Candace, where can the people of the internet find you and all the stuff you're working on?
you can find me at the Candace Marie on Blue Sky, at Candace Magnificent, pretty much everywhere else. I might start doing nail art streams. I don't know. You can hear me on Three Black Halflings, wherever you catch your pods. It is an intersectional show. If you like when I bring my perspectives as a queer person and as a Black person to this podcast, I highly suggest you head on over to Three Black Halflings. We are a podcast starring Jasper William Cartwright, myself, Jeremy Cobb, and Olivia Kennedy. And we talk about intersectionality within TTRPGs and the wider nerddom. This past week, when you guys hear this, it'll be in the future, but this past week we have an episode about empathy and Charlie Kirk and the desire to not celebrate when a person dies, but what you do when you just don't really feel anything because that person has labored against you and against people like you. It's an interesting and very, I think, well-ranging and wide-ranging discussion. So if you're interested in things like that, both popular culture as well as actual culture, things that are going on in politics, please head over to Three Black Halflings and check us out. You can also see me and hear me in the video game Monaco 2, and check out Puppy Guard over on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Studio Sama's Puppy Guard. I am the voice of Crystal. It's a brand new animated series that's out, and they're little shorts. They're like little, 30-second, minute-long deals. So hopefully you'll think that's funny and cute.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And then we got you here in 2 weeks with another episode.
Hell yes.
Yay! All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.